So that's
Dave.
Oh, I've never seen.
That's Marty's father.
Yeah, and that's your dad right there.
That's my dad, and that's Mrs.
Mrs. Abrams.
Yeah, didn't they name Maddie Maud after?
Yeah, it's Madeline Abrams.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fantastic. I've only ever seen a low-res shot of
Okay,
this.
so
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mego Museum's Vintage Mego. I am Brian, your host. I've got something really special this week, as I was invited to come on over to Parkdale Novelty. It is their 80th year. In terms of Mego history, Parkdale Novelty distributed Mego in Canada for about 16 years. I believe they are Mego's first distribution partner. Their relationship goes back to the early 1960s. Parkdale's founder, Morris Kotzer, is a favorite on this channel as he was very savvy and made a lot of contributions to Mego collecting, including really helping me out as a teenager when I started collecting. So I have a lot of fondness for Parkdale Novelty. So I was really happy to sit down with Morris's children, Rob and Donna, and talk about the history of the company. So we're going to do a little bit of an interview, talk about the history of Parkdale. Then we're going to go through their archive and see some of this crazy stuff they've sold over the years. And then I'm going to go over some of the Mego items from Parkdale that mean a tremendous amount to me. So hang tight. Yeah. So I am here with Rob and Donna from Parkdale Novelty. Their dad started this company 80 years ago. And the major reason this channel is interested in this is just one facet of this company was that they were the first and they are the longest lived distributor of Mego, especially in Canada, but worldwide. And there's not many Mego distributors still operating as a business, especially as a toy business, as you guys have done. So tell me how the company started and when.
you talk, Rob.
How it started, what I recall is around 1944.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, Morris, and my Uncle Sam started a toy and gift company. I think I don't know, they didn't import. I think they just got it from Job or I don't know how they sourced.
I don't know.
But they had a 79-cent program with cap guns. And,
Balloons. He said after the war they sold balloons.
okay.
They got.
And my grandfather was actually he was part of the business too.
Wow.
Harry, but he just deposited the checks and things like that. But the only significance is I would then be the third generation. And my boys, who aren't really active with the company, they help out. They would be fourth generation. So
incredible.
That's apparently, to me, I just take it for granted. You think like every other person has an 80-year-old company. Right?
An 80-year-old family business.
I don't think of it much, but we've.
Yeah, you guys have been through some incredible stuff, and now in the 1950s, you guys got into souvenirs and importing, right?
Yes.
Your dad started going to Japan.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was the main buyer. My Uncle Sam was the salesperson,
Right.
salesman.
Now, your Uncle Sam started Samko Sales, which was
Correct.
a legend in Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Yes.
I believe. And yep, and they did very well. And he was the precursor of like Costco.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'd be a member.
I remember going there and buying closeouts in the 80s of 70s toys. It was amazing.
He had a wonderful model too. I mean, in terms of the business model, he would give out. You had to be a member, and
No kids under 16.
and
That's probably why I couldn't go in once.
the church and its charities or what have you, they'd load up their bus, and they would go to Samko on Peel Street, which
Yeah.
is different in the Queen area, and they would all go in. He was known to pay very well. Net 7, great reputation in terms of paying. He was a very smart buyer. He had great connections. These people, he'd pick up a little tchotchke for $1. He'd probably sell it for $5. It would probably retail for $15. People just wanted to get rid of it. The beauty was, though, all these people, and they went to the cash. They paid their cash. They put it in these green garbage bags.
You couldn't call them garbage bags. He said they were his shopping bags.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But the beauty was they would tally up the amount sold, bought by that group, and the charity or the church would get 10%.
It's amazing.
So it's a win-win-win.
Right.
I think the big winner was was Big Sam, but everyone won.
Yeah.
Customer got a great deal. Charity got some money. Got a donation.
Oh, to think the stuff that was there, it was boggling the mind.
And my dad told us that Sam would go to Eaton's and buy their clear-outs.
Right.
And literally the next day go to Simpson's and sell it to them. He was great. He was a great
Really smart.
One more story about my Uncle Sam before we move on. So there's a story, like he sold in Niagara Falls. He would travel to Niagara Falls. So on his way, he would pick up like an umbrella or something like that, at a store. And he'd go in the store, he'd go into his customer's store, and he said, you can have this for 50 cents. And, they'd buy a gross of them. But while he was there, he sold our other product.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
We never got the umbrella.
of course, we never had the umbrellas, but everything else. So whether that's true or not, it's a great story.
It's a really good story. The single umbrella that he keeps reselling.
That's right. That's right. I mean, if you get away, if you're
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Anyway, I digress with Michael Sam.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, your dad, obviously, on his trips to Japan, I'm assuming that's where he made the Mego connection with David Abrams?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Pictures of, you saw that?
I saw that, yeah. I'm going to put that in the video.
Yeah, and it was Maddie.
So that was about the early 60s?
But when they went to visit, just before, in the later years, it wasn't long after that Dave Abrams passed away, my dad and my mom went to New York, and they had dinner with them, and Dad brought them the whole set of The Wizard of Oz, because they didn't have them.
Yeah, it's crazy they didn't keep them.
Keep them, so my dad brought them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I remember when they introduced Action Jackson.
Action Jackson, yeah.
And they brought in, it was, big, big do in New York City. They had Milton Berle as their, I guess, their guest. Yeah.
I've heard this story. I have photos of Milton.
Oh, yeah?
At that.
Milton Berle.
Yeah, and I guess your dad was a big fan of Milton Berle? Oh, that's what I heard.
Maybe.
Because he really ordered heavy on Action Jackson. He believed in the product.
Yes.
And with Maddie Maud, when I was a kid, I was the most popular because every girl brought their Barbie doll to my house. But I had so many outfits for Maddie Maud, and everybody wanted the bride gown. But I would have for every girl. They were the Maddie Maud clothes.
Yeah.
Barbie, perfect. Yeah.
Well, I think that was part of Mego's. They were good at creating low-cost alternatives at one point.
Yes.
And I think Madeline Abrams was actually the person behind all that textiles, all those clothes. I've heard that
Those
before.
are great.
They were fantastic.
She actually apparently would make, like Montgomery Ward's would have an offer of just Ken outfits. Apparently Mego did a lot of that stuff too.
Oh.
Because I can't tell you, like once every 6 months, somebody brings me a really funky outfit and goes, "What is this?" It says Mego, and it's like, I have no idea where it comes from, but it's probably a catalog item, probably a giveaway. So,
Cool.
and then of course you guys, like your dad was right there for the big innovation, the Mego superheroes, the Planet of the Apes, Star Trek,
Yeah.
and
We had a good run.
now you did store appearances of the superheroes and the Planet of the Apes, did you not?
Because I had at home the Planet,
That's it. Spider-Man?
the Planet of the Apes outfit. I don't know what happened to it, but I had it.
Really?
From the movie.
There's a Spider-Man one as well.
I don't know where that went.
Yeah, because I met Spider-Man at Wilco, and I'm pretty sure it was
Wasn't
thanks.
me.
Oh, well, it wasn't you, but it was probably thanks to you guys.
I don't remember actually getting. I don't remember that story. I remember the outfit.
I've heard about the ape outfit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it wasn't original, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think we abused it. We didn't appreciate. We didn't appreciate it.
Yeah,
It was just part of.
part of the job.
I was 13. What do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
What was your favorite thing as a kid your dad brought in?
well, we loved when he sold firecrackers.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. every weekend, like in the spring and into the summer, he would load up his truck and we would, with firecrackers. They were heavy.
Right.
They were heavy. And I don't mean fireworks, firecrackers. Like this is,
Oh yeah, just the
incredible to think that, I mean.
Lady fingers?
Yeah, yeah.
was that M80s, that kind of stuff.
They were.
M80s, wasn't that what they were
Well,
called?
we actually, it was confusing because my dad's brand was a cherry bomb.
But they
Oh yeah.
Which is not to be confused with the high-powered firecrackers they sold in the States.
Right.
Called cherry bombs. But the brand was cherry bombs. I'm sure they sold many pieces
Oh.
based on that. But every weekend we would go and deliver them in Niagara Falls, Fort Erie, Crystal Beach. Heavy work. And
Did you sell
a lot of
them?
fun.
I used to sell when I was little, still at our old house. I set up a booth in front of my house,
Yeah.
like a lemonade stand, and I put the firecrackers.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
selling them. I have no idea. And this lady comes up to me and says, "Little girl, do you have a license to sell these?" So I run into the house. I go, "Mom, do I have a license?" She says, "Get in the house.
Yeah.
Get in the house." So, like we just, we
our
had.
backyard would look like a war zone after.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, incredible firecrackers. Because you have to, if you throw it too early, it lands on the ground. It's not fun because it just poof in the
Yeah.
grass.
Right.
But God forbid you throw it too late. I mean, because it's
Yep.
in your hand.
I've got some scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea of a 9-year-old actually having the timing to throw it in the air,
Yeah.
explode.
Oh, we had.
But we did it. I mean, incredible. Should we talk about anti-grace?
Well, sure.
So the city of Toronto wanted to ban firecrackers. Frankly, I don't blame them. Around 1970,
Right.
and my dad's youngest sibling, Grace, she was a lawyer, so she went to when it was on the agenda, she went to the city council and she said, small businessman, he has stock. He needs another season to sell the
Sell
stuff
it.
off.
Yeah.
So Grace, Mom, that's okay. And they put it over a year.
Yeah.
So we had one more year to sell it, and subsequently, I think the feds banned it as well. So
Just waiting out the regime, basically.
yeah, we had a little more time to sell it, and frankly, I mean, I can't imagine kids these days having that stuff.
No, the stuff even like my dad sold these cap guns, the
Oh, yeah.
keychain cap guns.
Yeah, love it.
He had this, and he had this the gunpowder. They look like bullets, and they really made a bang. And years later, the RCMP came to visit him on something else, and they were like, and he had some of them, and they said, these are banned? And they took them. The RCMP took them because he's like, there was too much gunpowder in them.
Oh,
Like it was no longer legal to sell to children, and he was like, "Well, take them. I don't sell them anymore." But he had like a crate of these vintage.
they took every single one. Keep a couple.
Well, we have all the guns.
Oh,
It was the little bullets for them. I have cases and cases of those guns in my garage. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Just like you have a family history of something, and you're like, "Well, this is part of me," but Oh yeah. I'm gonna give a little look to the rafters here. So there's a lot of company history in here, and a lot of toys. And
Well, we do have.
Yeah,
some
that's-
boxes, the exhibition stuff. I think we still might have.
in the rafters we have stuff. We have some of those red straw hats. We have all these.
oh yeah, just from
Some
the
of the boxes are still in straw.
yeah.
That's.
I love some of the stuff you're showcasing here, like the tin toys and the mid-century stuff is amazing. This was all made in Japan.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
The plastic stuff I think
Yeah. It's toy robots.
Yeah, some of it's made in Hong Kong.
Wow.
I have some
This
of
looks
it
a
in the
little more
display up front, but I don't have enough room to put everything.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna take some shots of that display because that's a wonderful company. So this is your Parkdale History
Yeah.
displays.
It's
And we've got some really great stuff in here. You got the 1978 Mego catalog.
yeah. Oh, okay.
And
Is that from you?
no, I think that's from you.
Oh, I thought.
These are actually made by Mego.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Oh yeah.
But-
My kids used to.
Samet and Wells. Yeah, those are fantastic.
Aren't they great?
Yeah.
I really should have them in a nicer place.
And then this is a lot of the souvenir.
Yeah,
The
and those are the
banners.
Cupid dolls.
Oh
that are-
my goodness, yeah.
I really need more space. And there's a tiny version of my dad's beautiful black
The pillows.
pillows. He loved those pillows.
He's the inventor of these pillows.
And in my office, I have the modern version with the plush.
And we've got Action Jackson, the 12-inch Batman that was created here. And there's a lot of Maddie Maud. Oh, there's Fighting Yank.
Yeah, there's.
And then Amigo Beach Ball. It's got to be from the early 70s.
Okay, so we did a little better than
12-inch Hulk. That was apparently your dad's favorite?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that
There's
before.
a picture of. Where was that picture of him and his sales rep art?
Right, yeah, I have that photo.
Yeah, it's somewhere here. I don't know.
And
I need more.
the Wizard of Oz and the pre-aforementioned Maddie Maud.
Oh yeah, man.
There's the one I drove my mother crazy for, the 12-inch Robin. Or the 9.5-inch Robin. I had to have that figure.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man. And then of course we've got a Parkdale Novelty carded Robin, just like I had as a kid. The Star Trek communicators.
And you saw Hulk at the very bottom.
I did, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Now
Then my dad must have put a sticker over
he
there.
did, and I think it was because, like, you can attest that there was a lot of Action Jackson overstock here
Yes.
for maybe 30, 40 years.
Okay.
So this was, I guess, an attempt to rebrand Action Jackson with support our Canada support
See,
our
yeah,
forces.
so yeah.
Yeah,
That was interesting.
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And then these are the flats for the 12-inch boxes. I used to have a bunch of these. It probably came from, well, they absolutely came from here. And then, oh yeah, you were showing me these, the Peter Max beach balls Mego made.
Yeah, that's
Air
interesting
mattress.
that he got into that.
Yeah, you never see complete, you see these occasionally, but you never see
And
like,
I looked online and there's a few people who they're selling them. But these are so
these are
they're
Dizzy.
tiny.
Dizzy Girl was
I don't have the girl. I don't-
Topper was making a doll called Dawn.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Mego came out with Dizzy Girl, and what's really great about these is there is,
Dawn. Yeah.
to fit Dawn.
Rock Flower and Dizzy Girl.
Rock Flowers, that's the other one, right?
Mego. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of the textiles used ended up on the superheroes.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
I seem to recall the ties on some of these, like there's a boy's outfit, I think, and it comes with a little tie, and it's the same tie like the Bruce Wayne
But
doll
I've never
has.
seen the doll. I don't remember
You
seeing.
know, I actually think it's one of those things where the doll's sold, and then you're left with all the razor blades, so to speak.
Because I would like to have seen the doll, but I don't recall her.
Yeah, if I can find you one, I'll let you know.
Oh, what?
So this is a combat soldier from Funland Toy. I have not heard of Funland Toy.
No, Funland was us.
Oh, you were Funland.
My dad made up a name.
Oh, that's great.
Rob probably knows more.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
look at it.
This is something your dad was innovative in.
So, see, this is Miss Teenager, but he put this over.
Right. Oh, I see. So eventually when Maddie Maud came out.
I don't know. Maybe.
And your dad was also famous for the Action Jackson changing its saying outfits for superheroes.
Yeah.
They're putting that sticker on there.
Yes, that would sell.
I see those all over the world. Another thing your dad did, and I remember coming into the Parkdale showroom once, and he had 2 Action Jackson outfits and a Spider-Man shrunk wrap.
Okay, he
And,
had to do that.
And there was also a Batman like that.
Okay.
And I've never been able to track one down. Mark has one, but
I have quite a few of the Maddie Maud sets like that.
right. But that was done here. It was just shrunk
Oh
wrap.
yeah. My dad, he liked people to get more value.
Here's the Mego Mermaid. I see her occasionally. Doodle the Poodle. Some really neat stuff here. It's not stuff we usually talk about because we're so action figure oriented.
That's right. Yeah.
But the company had a really rich history. You guys put out a lot more than just Mego as well.
Oh yeah.
So 611.
So one of the big things about Parkdale Novelty for me is that my dad used to buy a lot of the closeout from there in the 1970s and early 80s. And the idea that my father knew anyone connected to Mego was huge to me as a kid. When I started collecting, he brought me in there and I bought some overstock from when I was about 15 years old. The company is actually doing very well with plush novelties at the time and still is. This is their showroom. And it was really nice of him to take the time and sell me some Star Trek and Planet of the Apes dolls. I believe I paid $2 a piece. That experience really sent me on my collector journey, and I've never forgotten it. So let's go through some of my favorite Parkdale Novelty Mego items. Like I mentioned in the video, Parkdale was very active in bundling the overstock Action Jackson outfits they had. They clearly had a 40-year supply, and they would put things on it like outfits for the superheroes, which a lot of collectors enjoy, but these were meant to be shrunk wrapped with the action figure itself, whether it was Batman, Superman, or Action Jackson like this one. A friend of mine gifted me this Action Jackson box many moons ago, and I've been really grateful because these are hard as hen's teeth to find. I would love to find a shrink-wrapped version, but they are likely all lost to time. Another amazing innovation for Parkdale Novelty was the creation of the 12-inch superheroes. This was a Morris Kotzer initiative. Mego themselves would eventually pick up the 12-inch line based on Morris's success with it. And this 9-inch Robin, like I mentioned, it was just the most perfect Robin action figure in the world. He was not a little boy, he was the teen wonder, and he looked like he jumped out of a Neil Adams comic. And this is just one of my favorite things in my collection. Also of note are the superhero cards. Hulk and Spider-Man were really winning the day in sales in the late 70s, and Parkdale just eventually released the two of them on these exclusive cards that were only available in Canada. You can see the Hulk has a sticker that says Grand Toys. That's because there was a distribution change around 78 or 79 that basically saw Grand take over for Mego and take a lot of existing Parkdale stock and sticker over it. These were everywhere in the 80s, and then they just all kind of disappeared. I really regret not keeping a set, but at the time, they kind of represented a hardship for me because you go to a store and all they'd have is Hulk and Spider-Man, and I was looking for, the Fantastic Four. And finally, the Planet of the Apes exclusive, the Horse, Catapult, and Wagon set was only available in Canada and I believe Mexico, and it includes a variant horse that was not available in the United States. I certainly need to do an episode on this set because it's a very funny story in my teenage conquest when I found a whole store full of these that I'd really like to explain in greater detail. This is just the tip of the iceberg with Parkdale Novelty. There's a lot more to cover in terms of exclusives and rarities that they created. It's been such a real privilege to grow up so close to them and to have them actually open their doors for a toy collecting kid that I'm always happy to see them. These are the folks that also transferred the Mego commercials to VHS that we see on YouTube and the like, and without things like that and the big Star Trek find that they were responsible for, Parkdale has been responsible for a lot of Mego fandom, and I'm really grateful to them, and I really want to thank Rob and Donna for this amazing journey into their past. That's all the time I have for Vintage Mego this week. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will be back with a new toy video next week. Until that time, be well, talk toys, not other people. Cheers.